Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Spinning with Rice and Cookie. I'm Rice.
And I'm Cookie, and today we are playing more of Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones. So we took the week off last week because I was on vacation and
Staycation.
staycation, and so now we're gonna get back to playing the game.
Yep. And Cookie, I think you should tell our viewers all about your staycation because, um, it was quite it sounds like quite the week.
Yeah, it was really busy. So every day we would go out to dinner, which, granted, like out to dinner is like we'd get takeout. Um, But so, I'd have to choose a restaurant and then pick what I was getting. I kind of found that I missed cooking. There's like something therapeutic about just chopping vegetables or baking and stuff. So I kind of missed that. But it was like packed with activities. We did a lot of hiking. We went to, I think like three state parks, one county park. Two of them are like right next door to each other. They're on the Niagara River, like just past. Actually, three of them. Three were at Niagara Falls. There was a lot of hiking, lots of. I don't even know. I also one of the days I biked down to a nature preserve, and I walked around the nature preserve that I accidentally was trespassing because I guess it was closed. It was not obvious. And I also went to where me and Argus met for our anniversary because our anniversary was on Monday. So yeah, we went to where we met, and granted, like
2 years.
Huh?
I said 2 years.
Yes, 2-year wedding anniversary. And so we went to the college that we went to, and all the buildings were locked, and I was so sad because they've done a lot of changes at the campus, and so I wanted to go inside the buildings, and mostly I was interested in the pool because I always lifeguarded. And I knew that they were going to get a new pool soon after I had graduated, so I'm like, they must have it by now, and I was so excited, but it was locked, so I couldn't get in. But you know what? I saw one of the guys when I say guy, he's like an older professor. He taught like an African drumming class at the school.
Oh, that's cool.
And people said great things about the class. I never took it, but I've only heard good things. But I saw him because we got like Chinese takeout and we ate it along the canal because there's a canal that goes right through town. And so we found a picnic table and we ate there. And so we saw this professor walking by. I'm like, excuse me, I think I know you from lifeguarding. And I was like super creepy. We called him Clyde the Glide. And when I say we, it was like me and one of the other patrons because he had the most he'd swim and glide for days. It was crazy. So Clyde the Glide. I don't know that he knew that was his nickname, but
Is his name Clyde?
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Clyde the Glide.
Nice. And hey, Colchish, how are you doing today?
Hi, Colchish. But I realized days later. So this was on Monday, so over a week ago, that we saw Clyde the Glide. And then Clyde was walking with his wife. And so, of course, because I was like, oh, hi, I'm Cookie. And I used to lifeguard at the school. And so, because I was like, you're Clyde, right? And so and he was like, oh, this is my wife. I forgot his wife's name. And I didn't even think, I'm sitting there with Argus. I didn't even think to say, this is my husband, Argus. Like, what kind of monster am I? I'm the worst. But, yeah. I don't know if Argus,
okay.
He must have noticed that I didn't introduce him. I didn't even think about it.
And Culture says he's doing well, just finished painting the deck.
Oh, good job.
I should, we have this picnic table and it's just completely chipping away. And so we keep being like, oh yeah, we should sand this and then seal it, and we have not done anything for it. But I should do that. But yeah, I like that nickname, Clyde the Glide.
Yeah, I did. I wish I came up with it. I did not. It was, yeah, one of the other patrons. He was like, he really liked making movies. And so, like, as you know, I like making movies. So I talked with him about that. It's actually, he did a, like, it was, I think over a whole weekend, there was like this event where there were all these like amateur filmmakers, and he had to make a film over the weekend, and then they were going to be like submitted to a competition. So I was actually in his movie. Granted, I'm like the worst actress ever, so bad pick on his part. But I don't think he got it edited in time. For better or for worse, I don't know. But yeah, so he would talk with me all the time before he'd go swimming. He was like an older, you know, like older guy that was super talkative.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he came up with Clyde the Glide. I'm like, it's a really good nickname.
And Cultish's dad got brushes as drill bits. What's that even mean? So instead of doing any sanding, he used those to hit some flaky spots.
Well, I mean,
I don't
like,
know.
So like, is it like just a brush on like a drill kind of thing? Like,
No, that wouldn't make sense.
no, yeah.
Oh. Huh.
That's what I just said.
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have anything that fancy, so we were thinking about sanding and then painting. Old school.
Old school cool.
Yeah, I actually just cleaned my bathtub last weekend, and it was terrible. I hate doing it, but it bothers me before it bothers you, Tiger, so I usually end up cleaning it.
You know, there was, right before my staycation, I was like, oh my gosh, this bathroom's counter, it's like all disgusting. And so I was like, I should clean it because I'm not going to want to do it when I'm on vacation. And so then,
Yeah.
but then Argus is like, oh, don't worry about it, I'll do it. So like my whole vacation, it was dirty. But then I think it was like the very last day, I'm like, you know, Argus, like one of the first things I'm doing after this vacation is cleaning that bathroom counter. So then, yeah, he did it on the last day.
And Odessa was wondering if we missed a couple he missed a couple streams because he hasn't seen us in a minute. Well, we skipped last week because Cookie was doing her staycation, and she's like, "Hey, is it cool if we skip this week?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not doing anything else, so I guess." Yeah. So we just missed 1 week.
Oh yeah, but so for last week, amid all this like walking and hiking and biking and stuff, I also did, sorry, I was trying to think and play and think at the same time. I had also done a lot of quilting because I've been working on a quilt, and so I've gotten like the top part done that has all the different squares, but I have to still like construct it with the filling and the back because I had to order those when I was on vacation. So that was another thing I did. It's a less active thing, but it was still like productive, and I felt good about doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I still worked last week. Though, Cookie, did you see that we have Friday off?
Well, no, okay, so for those of you that don't live in this state, we were notified that our governor had signed an executive order, not executive order, what was it called?
I don't know.
Whatever it is for governors, maybe it's executive order, maybe it's not. It sounds like too much of a presidential thing. Something where like the 19th of June is, you know, going to be an official state holiday. But when you actually read the article about it, it made it sound like it was going to start next year.
No, I think this year it's for all. This is how I read it. I think it's this year it's all state employees, and next year he's going to try and do legislative stuff so that the whole state can have it off. instead of just only state employees.
Well, I don't know. I haven't, because so I got...
So we might have Friday off, and if we do, I'm really excited.
Well, so if we have Friday off, does that mean we're going to go strawberry picking on Friday?
That does mean that.
I would love to do that.
Because Cookie and I earlier, we were talking about...
We were really like not debating with each other, but like debating about what we should do. Yeah.
Yeah, because we want to go strawberry picking at this strawberry farm. And the thing is, like, on Friday, they're open until 5 or 5:30.
5, yeah.
Yeah, and so, like, that's not really that much time for us to get there and pick and then leave. So we were talking about taking half a day on Friday and picking in the afternoon. But then when I found out about this thing, you know, we might just get to go whenever we want on Friday.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm not going to be too optimistic because... Like I said, the thing made it sound, because it was very confusing, because, yeah, I read through the article, I'm like, okay, it sounds like this is starting next year, and then, but, like, it was through an email chain, and so, like, more recent on the chain, someone was like, oh, enjoy your day off on Friday, but, like, it wasn't targeted to me, it was, like, to, like, a huge group, I'm like, I don't know that they're right, so I'm gonna wait until...
Well, just
hear
read
from
it
my
again.
supervisor.
Just read it again tomorrow morning. My supervisor's off until Monday, so...
Oh. Wait, Han, so do you want me to tell you what my supervisor says?
Sure. Did he agree that he thought it was misleading or confusing?
I didn't ask him about it.
Oh.
Because it was at the end of the day.
Yeah, sure. Let me know.
Yeah.
But I'm quite sure we have it off.
Well, I hope so.
Juneteenth.
Huh?
It's called Juneteenth.
Yes,
and it's
Juneteenth.
Emancipation
for
African Americans.
Did you actually read through the thing? Because based on, like, you know, for what it was, for, like, what it's for, I was like, oh, I was so stupid. They're in danger. Oh, my gosh. Okay. She lived.
They're okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so when I was reading it, I'm like, okay, well, this must have just been, you know, when, like in, what, 1863, when Abraham Lincoln gave his, you know, Emancipation Proclamation thing. But no, it's like so this Juneteenth is for, like, once the people in Texas were, like, notified, which took 2 years because it took forever for news to travel back then. Oh. So it's actually...
I didn't look at the year.
Well, yeah, so it's actually to celebrate when the slaves were freed, but, like, because I think once Texas was notified, then, like, by then...
So it was when all
of them were free. So,
okay.
Yeah, so it's, like, by the time Texas found out, which was June 19th in 1865. Okay. So I thought that was interesting.
And Kolchish says that a sequel to Pokemon Snap got announced today.
Argus told me that, and, you know, I'm pretty excited about it.
For those of you who may not remember, we did Pokemon Snap. Did we finish it in, like, 3 days? It took us longer than it probably should have.
Yeah, I don't remember how long it took us, but I will say that,
but there are a few streams in the archive that... on our YouTube channel, maybe.
Yeah. So I was talking to Argus about it, because, like, when we were playing Pokemon Snap, I was like, you know, this game's fine. Like, because I know people, like, love it. So I was like, not that I didn't understand the hype, I just thought, like, you know, I was still very excited about the sequel, but then I thought about it some more, and I was like, after, you know, playing more and more games, I was like, you know, really the premise of Pokemon Snap is unique. Like, what other games do you know of where you just take pictures of things?
True.
So you know, just based on that and the fact that, like, there hasn't been another Pokemon Snap game since that first one, and there's so many more Pokemon now.
Yeah.
That's what, like, I like Pokemon Snap.
Love Pokemon Snap.
I don't know if I'd say I love it, but, like, I love the idea of it. I think just the fact that we didn't grow up with it, the controls are too awkward to me.
I would say I like it.
Yeah, I like it. But yeah, so I'm very excited about the sequel, though. I think we should totally play it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm up for it. Ah, almost killed him.
I know. And I knew she had a chance to critical, so I was like, okay, if she does a critical hit, then we're good. And this guy's got like such a big range. The poor healer. I'm gonna have to try and... I can move her to safety. Oh. Well, I can just kill him, that's fine.
Well, I was going to ask you, Cookie, and I guess anyone in the stream out there, strawberries. So,
yeah.
What are you planning to do with your strawberries?
Okay.
And I guess, how many are you planning to pick?
I'm going to pick as many as I can in a reasonable... I'm very slow at picking strawberries because I'm really picky. So,
Me too.
My goal is to pick as many as I can before you say, time to go, Cookie. So...
Okay. What if I never say that because strawberries are my favorite fruit?
That's fine. We can just be there all day long. I'll bring sunscreen. We'll be good. And plenty of water.
Odessa says picky picker.
Yeah. But, okay, so I have a lot of plans for strawberries.
I want to hear, because the only real plan I have right now is making doing my canned strawberries. And I don't think I'm going to do jam this year. I think I'm going to can them in a light syrup.
Okay, that's what I was thinking also.
A light honey syrup is what I'm thinking.
I made a lot of jam last year. Or jelly, whatever. Like a lot. Granted, I'm almost done with it because I've really committed myself to eating lots of peanut butter and jelly this year.
Well, see, I didn't make that much jam. But the thing is, like, I don't eat it that much, so it's like I don't really, and it didn't turn out. So it's more like a strawberry sauce that I've been putting in my yogurt. Yeah. So what else are you gonna make besides your canned strawberries?
Yeah, so I'm planning to... What I do with a lot of strawberries is I freeze them because I do a lot of smoothies. So I plan to freeze a lot of them, but it's like I've only got so much freezer space. So I think what I'm going to do is... I'm going to freeze some. I'm going to... So what I had read, because like you were saying, like preserve them in like a...
I'm just gonna interject for a second.
Yeah.
I think I might put melting chocolate on my list, and I might make some chocolate covered strawberries and be fancy.
Yeah, it does sound fancy. So I'm going to, because you were talking about like your simple sauce or whatever, the
simple syrup.
Yeah.
The light syrup.
From what I have read, because I'm going to just take them, you know how like our mom used to always cut them up and then just add sugar to them?
Put a little sugar.
So the thing is, if you let it sit for like 6 hours or something, then it makes its own syrup, and then you can just can it in that, and it doesn't dilute the flavor. So I'm planning to do that. Planning to do that, and then I'm also... Well, I'm going to eat them fresh, of course. Lots of them fresh.
Of course.
And then...
Adesso says strawberry shortcake and strawberry cheesecake.
I'm going to do strawberry...
Those are good options.
Well, I want to do like a strawberry log roll thing. You know, kind of like a...
Yep,
like a Swiss roll, but it's going to just be vanilla on vanilla, and then I'm just going to have strawberries on top, I think. I'm going to do strawberry...
You're not going to fold strawberries in it?
I don't think so, because it might mess up the rolling, and I'm just like, I've never successfully done one of these rolls where it's like actually good. So, and of course it still tastes good, but it's never pretty, so...
There might be a recipe in... from like the Great British Baking Show.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've done Swiss rolls a lot.
They have. So I want to do that. I'm going to do... Last year I did cream puffs where like... You can't make it a sandwich where you like slice it in half. You add your whipped cream that's like a... I did like a mascarpone, or however you say that word. Like whipped cream. And then I sliced strawberries and put it in there, and it was really good. So I plan to do that. But here's the thing that I'm like most excited about, and it sounds kind of lame. I'm going to dehydrate some strawberries.
Oh, that sounds like a waste.
Well, so hear me out. Okay. because I'm not going to dedicate that many to dehydrating because, as you said, it kind of feels like a waste. But here's the real, like, I read this blog and I was like, oh my gosh, why have I never thought to do this? So as you're cleaning and like preparing your strawberries for other things, whether you're freezing them, canning them, whatever, you save the tops. So you cut off the tops and normally just throw them in the compost. Not this time. We're gonna save them and I'm gonna dehydrate those because then I'm gonna mix. I've been
You
so
can
my
eat
goal,
them?
huh?
You can eat the leaves?
I'm not gonna eat them. It's for tea. So, because I've been this
There's
year.
something else I wanted to do. I want to do like strawberry infused water.
Yeah, because I did that last year a little bit, but it was fresh strawberries. But this year I'm going to dehydrate the tops, which will have like some strawberry residue in the leaves. And because like I'm doing a lot of experimenting with homemade herbal tea this year. Like I have a chamomile plant that I still have to harvest from. Well, I've actually harvested some of the flowers. I'm pretty excited about it.
The chamomile?
Yeah. They're
Nice.
kind of like they're asters. Do you know what an aster flower looks like?
No.
Well, anyway, so you just harvest the flower part and then you use those to make your tea after they dry out. So I've been picking some flowers and yeah, so I want to dehydrate some strawberries and maybe some, like just the tops, but maybe some like whole strawberries because people were saying like, oh, it's really good when you add it to like cereal and stuff. So,
well, I'm going to interject for a sec because Super Gordon says I'd love you girls to bake me a pie in the kitchen. You know what's pie? I've never really made I would say a proper pie, like a pie that has
like the crust.
And then Super Gordon says, "JK, sorry." No, it's okay. Like the rollout crust, but the 2 layers of crust. Like usually I just do a bottom crust, and the bottom crust that I do is like you like press it in. It's not a rollout crust.
I feel like what I always do is like a Oreo crust.
Yeah,
I feel like no matter what kind of, I mean, I don't really do fruit pies ever. I always do like a chocolate cream pie. So those are my favorite. Yeah. So
I can't think of the last time I made pie. Long time ago.
You made pie for Pie Day, didn't you?
I made a quiche. No, I didn't make anything because it was right after I came back from New Orleans.
That's right.
But last year I made a banana cream. I did make a banana cream pie, so that's probably the last pie I made.
Okay.
Pie Day 2019.
You know, I should make a banoffee pie sometime.
Oh, do, and give me a piece.
I've never made it, and I know it's not even hard.
I like it. Odessa says, have you played Undertale?
No.
I have not.
I don't even know what it is.
And then he's got our hype elephant.
Yeah.
With the rainbow colors.
Oh, I guess we have it on Steam.
What?
Me and Argus have Undertale on Steam, I guess.
Oh.
I didn't know.
Have you had Pocky? Are you talking about the,
Isn't that like a candy or like a cookie thing?
It's not a candy. It's like a cookie and it's dipped in something at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yes, I have had Pockies.
Yeah. I have had it, but I think only once and I don't really remember it.
I thought it was good. Because it's not as sweet as regular cookies. Because they're, are they from Korea?
Somewhere in Asia.
They're from somewhere in Asia, but yeah, I do like them. They're good. Japan. Hi, McLaris. How are you? Yeah, so I was just wondering what you were going to make for strawberry stuff, because I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I might just throw it over some ice cream, because that's always good.
Yeah. You know, but
I should make whipped cream and do strawberries and cream.
I want you to because I don't know what our plan is, like if we're going to both be like preparing all of our strawberries together, like at your house, or what, because we haven't seen each other in person because of social distancing. So I didn't know how you wanted to handle that. But anyways, I just wasn't sure.
Do you have one of the strawberry, like the things where you pick off the top?
No.
I don't either. I was thinking about buying one from some kitchen store or off Amazon, and then I never got around to it, and I think it might be too late now.
I think so too. But you should just use a knife and give me your tops, and I will. I mean, that's the point I was trying to make. Just give me the tops that you get, and I will dehydrate them, and I'll share them with you.
Maybe if I put an order in now, it'll be soon enough.
I don't think so. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer.
What is it even called? A strawberry holler? I think that's what it is.
I don't know.
Yeah, strawberry holler.
Yeah, but I think just a knife works for me. Oh my gosh,
why do they have these
eggs.
weird-looking ones? Looks like some weird contraption.
Shoot, he doesn't have any medicine. What was I thinking?
Well, it says free shipping. Well, I'm gonna get one of the cheap ones because that's the one that I'm used to, and I think it works great.
Well, anyways, will you give me your strawberry tops so I can dehydrate them?
Of course!
And I'll give you some of the dehydrated tops if you want them. If you don't, that's fine too.
I'd maybe take one or two.
I mean, if you're going to do strawberry infused water anyways, you may as well do it like a tea, like an iced tea.
Yeah, the ones I was going to get, they don't have good reviews. I didn't realize strawberry hollers came in so many different varieties. Maybe I should buy one of the fancy ones.
That's how I feel like anytime I try to buy myself a kitchen tool. Like,
yeah.
Because the thing is, growing up, we always had like the most basic looking things, like whether it's a ice cream scoop or a there's something else. Oh, a potato peeler. There's so many different kinds of potato peelers. I was shocked when I had to go buy one day.
All right, well, I'm gonna buy one of the fancy ones.
As Alton Brown says, no unitaskers. I totally agree with that. Well, so, Nicholas, I was saying earlier, because he was asking what the tops of the strawberries are for, because normally they're for nothing, and you just compost them. But this year, I read from a blog that you can actually use them to, like you can dehydrate the tops and then use it to make tea. So I've been hoping to make my own herbal tea blends this year. Not to like sell or anything. They're probably going to be no good. But like I've got chamomile growing. I've got lemongrass. And yeah, I want to do berries and stuff. So I'm looking to dehydrate berries. But why waste, really good strawberries? We can just use the tops. It's not just the tops. Because there'll be some strawberry. Because I'm not good at cutting off the strawberry tops.
Well, this fancy tool, it looks like... So once I was cutting strawberries with my cousin-in-law, and I was just like doing straight across the top kind of cuts, and she's like, no, you need to cut like kind of into the strawberry because that inner part is kind of bitter, or like just not that sweet.
Yeah.
So this little tool, apparently, it just like takes all of that whole inner part out. So you're only left with the really red part. So this would have a lot of strawberry skin left on it.
Yeah.
Oh no, McLaris is allergic to strawberries.
That's so sad.
It is sad because strawberries. They're my favorite.
Yeah, they've always been Rice's favorite, and for me, like, I feel like every fruit, when it's like the perfect ripeness, they all taste really good. So they do. I'm gonna sound like a loser and be like, I don't have a favorite, but strawberries are definitely up there though. They're really good.
Yeah, Colchish says he has a cousin that's allergic too, and he loves them. Oh, Miglaris has never liked strawberries. You're crazy.
You know, because our brother, he used to not like strawberries because he didn't like the texture of all the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
I almost think, because Argus can't eat like raw fruit like that, but I think that he never really liked strawberries before he found out he wasn't allowed to eat them because of the texture.
Date?
Huh?
What's today's date?
It's the 17th.
Okay, so this says it'll come the 19th. So that should be in time for cleaning all of the strawberries.
Not if we have the 19th off of work.
Well, if it comes at noon.
Wouldn't we go in the morning if we're going?
Yeah. Oh, I used the wrong credit card. Darn it.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know what?
The card I never
is right
used.
though. Strawberry lemonade is a really good idea.
Oh.
I'm just calling that out because it's something you could do. I don't really know how well it would work. It's kind of similar to my dehydrating thing, but very different. Really, it's not related at all. Because what you could do is, do like the ice cubes where you could puree the strawberry, freeze them into ice cubes, and then kind of like use it in a tea strainer. So that you don't get like all that pulp in your lemonade. Just a thought.
Yeah, that could work. I thought you were just going to say have the ice cubes of strawberry puree and maybe like throw it into your smoothies.
I mean, yeah, you could do that too.
Miglaris is also allergic to non-cooked apples, but that happened during childhood. Apples, like I eat an apple every single day. I love them, and luckily my farmer's market stocks them year-round because they climate control them. And though I have noticed, like when you do eat them in the summer, they're not as good as when you eat them in the fall. But yeah, I eat apples all the time. But I was thinking that maybe once I finish the apples that are in the fridge right now, that maybe I should just, not get any more apples until it's time to pick more, and maybe I'll just like really delve into the summer fruits.
You should.
I really want to I want to go cherry picking this year.
I want to go pick all the berries because like as we keep saying, with things being closed and stuff, even though they're reopening, it's like I'm not going to trust going out to restaurants and stuff.
Yeah. Nope, I don't want to either. Actually,
you know what? Speaking of that, I was thinking, because I could really use a haircut. I haven't gotten it cut for like a year now. So I was thinking that maybe I'm going to try cutting my own hair.
Oh, man.
I'm excited. Because I just can't stand it. It's not even like that long. When you look at some people where it's like down to their butt or whatever, it's like, I can't do it. I can't handle it.
I'm going to try entering in a
but anyways,
good luck.
Anyways, as I was saying though, you can't really go do anything right now, but it's like you can go pick your own fruit. So I want to just pick all the berries and stuff.
Me too. I'm sending a YouTube link, I think. Oh, good, it worked. Oh, it's because I'm logged in as Pudding with Rice and Cookie. Because my rice pudding account, I can't remember the password. But that's I guess I should write that in. It's a link, it's a trailer for the Pokemon Snap 2.
Nice.
Now I need to get you back. Okay. Because one of my friends who's watching, he's like, hey, like, you can post this link. So, so thank you for that, Sputnik.
Uh-oh. She'll live. Okay.
I hope I typed it in right, though. I think so.
Oh my gosh. But will she live? She's alive. Ooh. It's so tough with that fog,
Yeah.
You don't know what's coming.
Meglaris said that a Boy Scout leader asked him if he was allergic to strawberry or to the apples, which made him realize that it wasn't a normal thing. It makes his throat itchy, and like his throat was closing. And he used to think that people just liked that sensation.
You know, kids will like, you know, just think things are normal. I mean, even adults too. Like if you just live your life a certain way and like nobody talks to you about it, like you don't know that that's not normal.
Right? Until someone's like, what?
Yeah.
You say enveloped like enveloped? That happened to me in college.
But it's one of those things, especially with pronunciation, it's like if you pronounce something wrong, it's probably just because you've read the word and you've never actually heard someone say it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough thing.
Yeah, it happened to me the other day because Sea Tiger and I were talking about the word patronize. Because we weren't sure if it was patronize or patronize.
Oh, it's patronize, right?
It is, because then we heard it on a TV show. Someone's like, don't patronize me, or something. So we're like, okay, there we go, it's patronize. McGlaris used to say gazelles very, very wrong.
There's something I recently learned I was saying it wrong. So in Harry Potter, I only say Harry Potter because that's where the word comes up a lot. And I feel so stupid now saying it. So it's like people will be arguing about something and then it's like, oh, Harry said something hotly. I always thought it was supposed to be hotly. Like like somehow in my mind, hotly meant like indignant, kind of like you're hooting like an owl, but like, I don't know. But then just listening to so many audiobooks, I learned it was hotly. And I even told Argus, I'm like, I think they're saying this word wrong, Argus. But no, I was wrong. I'm like always wrong with pronunciation. It's fine.
McLaris says, so for gazelles, he used to say gazelles. Oh, and he says patronize can be said both ways, like tomato, tomato.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But does anyone actually say tomato? People say that. Tomato, tomato.
I feel like the British people might.
Do they?
Tomatoes. I don't know. It sounds like a British thing.
I feel like, yeah, you're right. It probably is a British thing. But I feel like I've never heard anyone say tomato. We're
doing this Harry Potter role-playing game, and one of the things we're supposed to be doing, which our brother Dr. Waffle, he does not participate in, but we're supposed to be speaking in British accents.
A lot of people don't, but the thing is... So my English accent is horrible, and I try to avoid using it. But anytime that I do use it, I speak very slowly because I try to think, like, is there any way I can make this sound English? And so it's like not even worth it. I don't know. It's a hard thing to do.
It is. McLaren says tomato is a real pronunciation. He's heard it plenty of times from farmers.
Okay. I always thought...
I've always heard tomato.
Me too. I always hear, everyone's like, oh, it's like tomato, tomato. And I'm like, no one says tomato, so is it really like that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll come up, I'm gonna do some fun things with these strawberries. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Gotta make it worthwhile. What we could do, because last year I had picked a ton of strawberries, because first I picked some by myself, and then I went with our mom to pick some the following weekend. So we could do back-to-back weekends of strawberry picking. Maybe that's too much for you, I don't know. But you gotta take advantage of the strawberries when they're in season.
I don't know if there's ever too much a thing as too many strawberries.
Okay.
Oh, Meglaris says... yeah, that is a solid regional pronunciation word. Elementary is how we say it.
Yeah.
elementary, or
No.
however, it's elementary.
Yes.
And we say wash, not wash.
Or warder. Ah, I hate it when people say it that way. I know they can't help it, but
yeah, there's no R.
I know.
Mailer says it's a washing machine. Nope.
No.
I've never seen the R in that word. I was gonna say, I was gonna kind of go over what I've been, or things I've been up to last weekend. Actually, wait. First, let me pick this up because I spilled some peanuts earlier, so I found another one. So last weekend, Steve, Tiger, and I, we actually did one of the same hikes that Cookie did over her little mini vacation. So we did that one day. We actually asked our parents to bring up some tennis rackets for us. So last weekend, we didn't play for very long.
Are they coming up in the future to bring that up for you?
No, they came up to help our brother with some of his housework. So I was like, hey, since you're coming up, can you bring me up some tennis rackets?
I see.
So, so they gave us 3 tennis rackets.
Well, okay, I hadn't thought about that.
So we played the other day, but the thing is, we only have 1 tennis ball because we have tennis balls for our dog, and so we only had 1. So we're like, well, I guess we'll just play with 1. And I mean, it worked out fine. It's just you have to make sure you grab it after every round.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, we had some tennis rackets in our trunk, and they've been there, well, in, like, Argus's car. The tennis rackets have been there since we lived together forever ago. Yeah.
That is a very long time ago.
Yeah, so you could have used those if you wanted. Second of all, so one thing I want to get from our parents that I just keep forgetting to ask them about, because, like, this year I'm planning to do themed birthday parties, whether people are actually invited or not. And so I want to
talked about this last time.
We did. But so the thing is, I want to do a good place birthday party, but I want croquet to be one of the activities. And I don't have a croquet set, but our parents do.
They do.
So that's something I would like to get from them, but I haven't gotten around to asking them.
All right. And McLaren says that he's never played tennis or golf before, but man, does he love badminton.
I like badminton a lot.
I do too. But yeah, when we were growing up, we played tennis and golf. And I still play golf. Cookie has stopped. I actually played really well last week, like minus a couple horrible chips and sand shots. Like my iron shots and my drives were going straight.
That's always a miracle.
Yeah, some of my putts were really good. My overall score was, I'll say, decent. But it could have been way better. But I parred the last 2 holes. I was like, wow, look at me, feeling like a pro.
Yeah, that's really good.
But yeah, so golf was good. And actually, so after golf, we've been going since the restaurants like E-In was closed. We, would go and get takeout somewhere. But rumor has it that the restaurant at the golf course is opening next week, so that means we'll actually be able to stay afterwards and eat on the little patio.
Okay.
After our golf league, so that'll be exciting.
But will you eat with the other golfers?
Yeah, but we'll just be sitting further apart.
Yeah.
But actually, so our golf league is oh wait, McLaren says you did what the last 2 holes? Parred them. Yeah, so like par, it's what the pros like. Usually a golf course is a par 72. So like,
it's like a way to figure out. It's a way to figure out like if you're doing well. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, so like a good golfer can get par, so they'll get a 72 for the round. I'm not a pro golfer, so I don't get 72. Oh, Migler says, yep, I didn't hear if you said par or birdie or eagle. Definitely not eagle. I had a chance for birdie on the second to last hole, but my putt was too short. Or actually, no, it was too long, but it was a good line. Yeah, and we've been doing quite a bit of yard work. So, like, we're kind of redoing the front bed. Initially, I wanted to, like, completely redo it, like, pull all of the shrubs out and put all new shrubs in. But we decided, we're like, well, some of these shrubs are still in good shape. So we pulled out, well, and when I say we, I mean Sea Tiger, pulled all of the dying shrubs out. So those are all gone now, and only the ones that we're keeping are in. And so over the past couple days, I've been doing a lot of research into native plants, like native shrubs that we could plant there and wouldn't grow too tall, but would, look good. So I decided I'm like torn between two. It depends on which one I find first and which one is cheaper. But it's called so one is called a Virginia Sweet Spire. I'm going to get a dwarf version, and it grows like 3 to 4 feet tall. And then the other is a sweet pepper bush, and that is also like a 3 foot tall, 3 foot wide. So like whichever one of those I can find is what I'm going to get.
Okay.
But I'm pretty excited. So I was thinking at the farmer's market I might check to see if they have any available, because there is a guy who sells shrubs. If not, I'll go to a nursery and get them there.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do one of those short retaining walls that have like probably 2 stones tall. So I'm excited. It's gonna look good. You're gonna come to our house and be like, wow, I don't even recognize this landscaping.
All right, I'm excited for it.
And Migler says, my cousin works at a country club as the accountant. They've been trying to get around every rule that prevents the club from being open. Yeah, I'm sure they are. We used to, back when we were kids, we were members of a country club. Unfortunately, that was when we learned how to play golf. But then we stopped being members.
It was also like the most difficult golf course I've ever played on.
Well, yeah, because people pay for it to be difficult.
Yeah. Like the greens were impossible to putt on, and just like, I don't know.
No, it's funny because at one of my internships,
it's very
when I was in
hilly
business,
too, and the sand traps, you just keep getting stuck in them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because when I was doing one of my business internships, my boss, because I grew up in Jamestown, New York, and he's like, oh, so he's a member of one of the country clubs up here. And he said that they have a reciprocal down at Moonbrook, which is the country club we had gone to. And he said that was the toughest course I've ever played. And he said that they quit halfway through because they were so frustrated with it. But yeah, so Cookie played golf, 2 years in high school?
Yeah, because the thing is, I did track during my freshman year, and then I was like, you know what, I hate running, and because I was saying for a while, oh, I'm just doing it for high jump because I like to high jump, but then I got to a point where I'm like, I'm not even enjoying this either. So then, and then I did nothing sophomore year, and then junior and senior year. Well, I guess junior year, our older sister was like, oh, I'm gonna golf, and so I was like, well, hey, I'll golf too, and then I golfed again senior year. It was a really good deal. You get to golf for free. Granted, it's not the highest quality course.
I know. I should have done it.
You should have done it. It was a great deal. I'd go golfing every day, and I don't know. It was nice. And we did some practices at the school before the weather was warm enough to go outside, and it was fun that we were hanging off little cutouts of carpet. So we would hit. They weren't even golf balls. They were these weird discs.
They were wiffle. Weren't they wiffle balls?
No, they were these weird plastic discs that were maybe this tall, and they were they were hollow in the middle, but they were designed for practicing golf, just for hitting shots. So we did that in the gym, and it was a lot of fun. But you have to go pick up all of them when you're done, and that part sucked. So
Yeah, because you don't have the guy in the cart running around.
Yeah.
Moving target. McLaren started a chess club, but regrets not getting more active in high school. Yeah, we did a lot of, like, I did swimming and track. But, like, yeah, I was telling Steve Tiger, I'm like, that's the only thing I did. Like, we were on our, like, quiz bowl team, but that was only senior year.
I am glad we did that, though, because that was fun.
It was fun.
I never answered a question during the competitions, though, because first of all, I didn't know, and second of all, even if I thought I knew, it's like someone would beat me to it. I think there was one time I was like, I know this one, and then buzzed in, but the other person beat me to it.
Yeah. But I should have also gotten more involved, and I should have gotten more involved in college, too.
I'm happy with my involvement in college, because I was in, like, a lot of clubs freshman year, because I was trying to, like, scout it out. I'm like, I'm trying to be involved. And then I ended up dropping out of a lot of things. But I did stay in game club the whole time.
I didn't stick to anything. So I did make some really great friends on my floor. Yeah, I joined a chess club for one day. In college. I was the only girl, and the people who I was playing against, like, because I knew the rules of chess, but
it's like if you never actually practice it, like, you don't know all the different tricks, you know? Like,
yeah,
you never...
Yeah, and they were just, like, trying to, you know, beat me on, like, in as few turns as possible. And I'm like, well, that's not fun for me. So, you know, just give me a chance to, you know, kill some of your pawns.
I will say I joined, I shouldn't even say joined, like, so the Habitat for Humanity Club, I think, because I knew, like, the president of the club, and so I went to, like, maybe one semester worth of meetings, and over spring break they were going to go do a build in, like, I don't know, I think in Florida or something, because then they also, like, went swimming in the ocean and stuff. And I was like, oh, no, I can't, because, like, spring break, I'm doing something. I don't know what I was doing, but, like, I totally should have gone, and I'm, like, mad at myself. So, like, I was in Habitat for Humanity Club, but, like, I never actually did a build. So I don't count myself as being in it, but I am sad I didn't actually do a build. I have done a build since then, and that was fun.
I had also gone to one water polo practice, because they have a club team. And I thought it was fun. But the thing is, like, there was no one else new. Like, everyone else was still, like, you know, they were people who were already on the team. And so I was, like, the only new person. I'm like, how come I don't have other new people to, like, talk to?
Yeah.
Like, everybody already knows each other.
Yeah, so that's scary.
So I went to one practice, and then I stopped going. And I was mad because I left my goggles there, and I even sent a message. I'm like, hey, I left my goggles, and they never got back to me. They just stole my goggles.
That's lame.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did join the swim team for like a week.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was like halfway through the season.
McLair's tried hard to ensure that the nerdy guys didn't chase away all the women who were interested in the chess club. Definitely the hardest part. Yeah, well, no, there's no one like you at Cornell's chess club, so they chased me away.
Yeah, because they just, like, cornered you and said checkmate, right? I mean, I'm saying, like, the pieces. They didn't actually corner her in a room, but...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, it's like, you know, they checkmated me so early that my king was kind of blocked in by a lot of my other pieces, because I didn't have a chance to move any of them. So, yeah, it wasn't good. Oh, man. I thought I picked up these peanut pieces. Yeah, what else? I feel like that's about it. My garden, my vegetable garden, my tomatoes are starting to come in. I saw little green orbs getting ready to ripen, so I was pretty excited. And, I mean, this is a bad thing. So the green beans that I planted, they never came up. Because we were those are the only things we plant from seed. My headphone is beeping. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I feel like it might be low on batteries. I don't know how to check with this thing. I am gonna go off screen for a sec.
Okay. A friend of McGlaris's was in the Cornell Chess Club when he was at law school there.
Oh man!
So he's gonna ask who did that to you.
It depends on when it was. So I went to the chess club in 2009.
Dad Tier's here.
What?
Dad Tier's here. Hi, Dad Tier.
Oh, hi, Dad Tier.
I saw Dad Tier. Like, I've seen some of your streams, and I never say hi because I'm too lazy and I just lurk. But I saw Isaac was playing like a.
McGlair said he was there in 2009.
That's exactly when she was there.
Maybe he was the one who was chasing me away.
Oh my god.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I saw one of Dad Tier's streams. It was like a ship, like a sailing ship, and they were like exploring or something. But yeah, I don't know. It looks cool, but then Argus was like getting seasick from watching it, so then we stopped watching it.
Sea of Thieves, he says.
Yes, that's the one. I thought it was really cool, but yeah, Argus can't play it, so we'll probably never get it.
Well, so Dad Tier says lurkers are respected equally.
Oh, nice.
In McGlair's, it was not an Asian guy named Jeff. It was just some generic white guy. I don't remember. I don't think I ever learned his name. But... And I think I played multiple games. Maybe 2 or 3 rounds.
Did he always play with the same person?
No. Probably someone new. But they had a timer thing, so you couldn't take so long with your turn. So, like, after you made your move, you had to hit this button, and then, then it was their turn. Which I thought was kind of fun.
This is so intense.
Yeah.
Did it start a timer or something?
Well, it was, you had a total time for the game, I think.
Okay.
But yeah. Datir says that chess has been blowing up on Twitch lately. No, so we don't play a lot of chess. We learned when we were kids, but we're not very good. And I joined chess club for a day, and
I think I've only played one game in my life. Like, I know how all the pieces move, but I have not analyzed strategy at all. And one time, me and Argus played just once, and I'm like, that's enough. I'm not into this.
Yeah, I feel like I played semi-recently. I think Sea Tiger and I played once. Oh, he doesn't think so. He just shouted from upstairs. I don't know. I feel like I played it semi-recently, though, and I don't know who I would have played with. And Dad Tier's kids and family are muy bueno. That's good.
That's good. And so you guys are streaming together now, right? Like in person? I think I saw that on one of your streams. Because me and Rice are still streaming separately, and I don't really know when it's like acceptable for us to be streaming together.
Yeah, well, they're also in Arizona.
Yeah.
They have one of the highest outbreaks.
Oh, do they? So it's extra dangerous.
Yeah, Arizona, Texas, Florida, and the Carolinas. Like, all of them are having increased rates of the virus.
Yeah.
Megler says for that chess timer thing, you're supposed to use the same hand to hit the timer with. Yeah, and Cultures has also seen Twitch chess clips. Odessa's asking if we will get a PS5. So, Cookie won't.
Well, so the thing is, like, we'll probably get one, like, 10 years after it's already, like, done. Yeah,
and I mean, so, Steve Tiger and I, we have a PS4, but I don't know I don't know if he's playing. Like, personally, I don't play that much at home, so I don't really feel the need to. But if he wants a PS5, then
I'm very sold on
I
computer games at this point, or like PC, because like, or like we've got this huge collection of retro games that like, you know, they still need to be explored. So,
right.
but I think because most games that come out on like the PlayStation will come out on PC, so I'm good with just keeping the PC. You get better deals and stuff.
Yeah, we're a little behind on the chat, so I'm gonna catch up.
Okay, sorry.
Meglaire says Haikuru is interesting, but unsure that the general Twitch community is a good fit for chess. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we could try it someday, but we would want a way to. We could put the camera overhead so that people could see our chess moves. And he says Arizona doesn't give a heck of a coronavirus outbreak. No, it doesn't.
Gotcha.
And Dad Tier says that Isaac's family and his are the only humans who interact with each other.
Okay.
They had a curfew for about a month, but now they can stream together again in the studio. Nice.
Yeah.
And Meglaris has a PS4. Can count on one hand how many games he's played in the last 4 years. Yeah, that doesn't sound worth it then. We stream all of our like Netflix, Hulu, like we stream all of that through the PS4. So we had a lot of use out of it that way. But then the only games that I've played on it, like I've played Borderlands on it, and I've played Rocket League, but I'm not a huge fan of Rocket League.
Argus has put so many hours into that game. I can't even tell you like how many. He plays it all the time with one of his friends from school and his brother too.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. But we also have Overcooked on our PS4.
Gosh, I love Overcooked.
That's my favorite use for our PS4. Dad Tier also loves PC gaming.
Yeah.
And has not used his PS4 much either. And Argus would be interested in PS4 to play Last Guardian, God of War, and Spider-Man.
I feel like Last Guardian is the only game on PS4 that I really want to play.
McLaris is watching us on the PS4, but he's not spending another $600 for a new way to stream Twitch. Yes. Fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes Sea Tiger has watched our stream through the PS4 too, but he's not doing that today. Yeah, Dad Tears will get PS5 in many, many years. Patient gamer all the way. That's a good way to be, I think. Makes everything a lot more affordable, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the thing is, like, my favorite games are either games that are new, like Overcooked, but, like, you know, simple. Like, I like simple games.
Yeah, like games where there's not so many controls, but, like, you know, you just have to fine-tune it and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like Mario. I love it. Love it. And Argus says PC gaming's great for patient gamers, too. Mm-hmm. Oh, but I was going to say some big news for us, which Cookie and Kolshish already know, is that Sea Tiger and I are in the process of buying a new car. So we went to the Subaru dealer to do a test drive, and we're like, oh, we like this car. Well, we're going with the Outback, but we tried two different kinds. We went with the Onyx Edition and then like kind of more of a basic one. We liked the Onyx one better, so it's more expensive, but like I thought it was a much better ride. Yeah, so we were like, oh, but we want to sleep on it, so we waited. And anyways, long story short, 2 days later, the car was gone, and now we have to order it, so it's going to be another 6 to 8 weeks. Because we want the one color, and they don't have it in stock, so we gotta wait. But that's my big purchase of the year. Dad Tier says, oof, on the car front. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The car that I've been driving, it's a 2006 Honda Civic, and it doesn't have like tons and tons of miles. It has 150,000, which I guess like is tons and tons if you're using the ton as being 2,000. But yeah, like it was showing rust, and it like the battery was starting to die, and it was just, it runs, but it's not overly safe because we're like, if we ever get into a crash with this thing, we're probably dead. So, well, like more of a major crash. So the Subaru is much safer on that front. That's for sure. Oh, and Meglaris heard great things about Red Dead Redemption 2 and didn't care for it.
Oh, really?
I have bought GTA 5 and enjoyed that. Bought Last Horizons. Didn't get further than a few hours. Last Horizons, are you talking about Horizon Zero Dawn? Because Steve Tiger has played that, and I've watched it, and I think it looks like an interesting game. Meglaris vastly prefers to order a car to get all the features I want, but his family always wanted unusual features. Gotcha. See, I was all up for it. Part of the reason why we wanted to sleep on it was because I wanted to check out Carvana, because one of the money podcasts I listened to, they were like, never ever buy a used car. Never buy a new car.
Oh, okay,
no,
yeah.
I meant new. Yeah, so they say never buy a new car. They recommend buying a car that's 5 to 10 years old, and then driving it for a few years, and then and then they say pay in cash, like don't do any financing. But then like I was talking to Steve Tiger about it, and he's like, well, like, you know, if we get a new car that has like all of the safety features and stuff, it's still going to be a good car in 5-10 years. So, you know, so long as we just keep with it and don't buy a new car every few years, then we'll probably make it worth it. But yeah, also like when I was looking at Carvana, they didn't have any Outbacks that I liked. A lot of them had like that wood interior, like kind of like the wood paneling finish, and I think it looks, I don't know, I just don't like the way it looks. But then also some of them had like a brown leather seat instead of like a tan or a black. I'm like, why would you want a brown leather seat? Because I was saying, I'm like, anytime I would sit in that car, I would feel like this is not my car. So so we decided to just order it, and so it's got all these safety features. One of the ones that I think we had to bump up a package to get this one, but like it does rear braking. So like if you're backing up and say there's a kid, which like we have a neighborhood where like kids are running behind our cars, like, you know, on the sidewalk and stuff. So if you're backing up and your camera sees that you're about to hit this kid, the car will brake for you so that you don't hit them. So we were like, well, we should probably get that because, living where we live, we don't want to, hit anybody or anything. And Argus was asking about the RDR2 game. And Megler said Horizon Zero Dawn could be the name.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Because, yeah, Argus... So I told him for Christmas... This sounds kind of lame, because I told him I was like, I wanted to get you... I told him I wanted to get him Red Dead Redemption 2 for Christmas, but I was like, but I know you'd like to wait for deals and stuff, and right now it's like $50, and so... I was like, you can wait for a sale, whatever you want, but I was like, I'm giving you $50 to spend on games, essentially. And so he's waiting for Red Dead to come down in price to be like $30 or something, and then he'll use that extra $20 like for other sales. He likes to wait for sales. I like that he does, because then it saves us money.
So Meglaris is asking about Carvana. So it's not like a car vending machine. You just go online, and so the thing is, like, they ship the car to you. So, like, part of the thing I didn't like about it is that sometimes you have to pay, if the car isn't local, you have to pay for the shipping in addition to the car. Which, like, because I was looking only at the ones locally, because I'm like, I really want to just do a test drive. So what they do is you get the car, and you can drive it for 7 days, and then you can get it inspected, see if it's like good, see if it's worth what you paid for. And then if you're not happy with it, you can return it. But the thing is, like, I think you still have to pay for the shipping. So it's like, I was like, well, I don't want to pay for the shipping to essentially just do a test drive. Because, like, I just wanted to feel how the car, you know, like, get in it, see how. And, like, most of the cars are fairly new. They're, like, 2017s. So it's probably people who did the lease and then, and then their lease was up. But, yeah, I didn't like the idea of just, because the one I liked, I would have had to pay for the shipping. Whereas all the local ones, I'm like, why are these all the bad ones? But yeah, so they ship it to you. And there's actually, Hulu has some commercials for Carvana right now. But yeah, I was really excited to try it. I'm like, oh, we'll do a used car, do Carvana. And a lot of them have like a lot of the features on them. I mean, since they probably were all leases, but yeah, decided we would do new this time, and maybe in the future we'll do used, because I would like to try a new, or like a good used car, new to me. And my Glarus's mom has the stopping backup feature for her BMW. And Dad Tier says, offer up for cheap games. Is that a website? They got Red Dead Redemption 2 for $15.
Wow. That's a deal.
Yeah, so Cookie, write that down. Offer up.
Yeah.
Oh, and apparently Carvana does have car vending machines. Because there's one in Arizona.
That's crazy. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Dad Tier says it's like Craigslist on your mobile. Mobile? Yeah. Yeah, but so they only do cars. Craigslist for cars.
Alright.
So if anyone is looking to buy a car, but they don't want to buy new, you might want to check out Carvana. And, Carvana has not paid me in any way, but I really wanted to make it work for us. Cultish is waiting patiently for Hollow Knight Silk Song. Is that a game for PC?
I would assume.
I've never heard of it. Is it like an indie game?
I've heard of Hollow Knight.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a PC game. It's kind of like a side-scrolling thing.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna fill up my cup of water, so I will be back momentarily.
Yeah, I don't have any big purchases on the horizon. I mean, me and Argus are saving up for a house, but we probably won't get one for another year still. Maybe 2, maybe 3, who knows? So, yeah, right now it's all about saving.
Save, save, save!
Yep.
Something else that's new for me is that last Friday I had to go into work.
Right. Was that your first day in the office?
Yeah, I mean, I had gone back a couple times to, like, grab a couple papers. Yeah, so I went in to, like, do a full day of work last Friday, and I'm going in tomorrow. So, like, my schedule is I'm alternating Fridays and Thursdays.
Okay.
Yeah, so, like, our office is doing a 25% staffing level. So, like, they have this whole schedule made, and yeah, so I'm doing Friday and Thursday alternating. And it was, like, dead. It was, my floor had maybe 8 people on it.
Yeah,
it was really, really weird. I was actually more productive. Like, I felt more focused because, you're in the work setting, and it's like, oh, someone could be walking behind me even though there's no one around.
Yeah.
I'm still listening to my podcasts. Though the thing is, like, so I had to wear a mask to get into the building. I had to take a little, like, health questionnaire before I went into the building. I I had to wear a mask anytime I wasn't sitting at my desk. So like if I was walking to the bathroom, if I was walking to just stretch my legs, I gotta put the mask on. I had some printer issues, which was really annoying because then the toner cartridge ran out, so then I had to go down to the first floor and refill it, and just this whole annoying thing. But yeah, so, and I'm going in tomorrow, so that's that. I wish I didn't have to. And actually, see, Tiger and I both are going into work tomorrow, so like the one car we've hardly driven at all because we're like, well, let's not put miles on it if we don't have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna have to take both cars tomorrow. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I have not gone back to the office. I don't think I'm going to have to for a while.
A couple people asked about you.
Oh, yeah?
When I went in on Friday, they're like, oh, how's Cookie doing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's doing good. I'm like, she's not coming into work at all because,
Because Argus has a health concern.
Yes, health concerns. So, yeah. So I'm like, yep, she's staying home.
Yeah.
Lucky her.
I mean, it's like, I like staying at home, but I feel like part of the problem is like I don't have enough work to do, which seems like something I shouldn't complain about, but
no, but it happens to me all the time.
Yeah, so I feel like, because granted though, I was telling Argus, like, I got some news today that like I'm gonna have a ton of work to do over the next few days, so that's good. But it's like sometimes it's like I literally have no work to do, so I'm like, okay, I'm trying to come up with tasks for myself to do, and it's just so hard,
Yeah.
And then even when you do that, it's like it's hard to stay on task because it's this imaginary task that you made up. It's...
Right. No, I've been doing the same thing. Yeah, so sometimes you just gotta make up stuff to do. Like I did a whole training for our one computer program because I'm like, I guess I could learn this better.
Right.
And unfortunately, as I was using it today, I'm like, I wish I had used this more because I don't remember like some of the shortcuts that I had learned, so I'm like, maybe I should do it again.
Yeah.
McLaris has a hilarious image of coworkers calling out to us as Rice and Cookie. Like, of course you guys have actual names. It still makes me giggle. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, when we first started streaming, it was really hard to be like, that's Cookie, and I'm Rice.
I feel like I'm usually pretty good about it, but of course, you'll always slip up every once in a while, but...
Yeah, definitely.
I think I've done better than what I would have expected.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I made some caprese. I got some mozzarella and tomatoes, and then my own basil that I've been growing.
Wow, that's fancy.
Yeah. So that was pretty exciting. I also harvested a whole bunch of cilantro because we had tons of it. And I made cilantro ice cubes so that I can use them in the future. Because like our cilantro plants were out of control. I'm like, we got to do something about these, and I didn't have a plan to use them, so yeah, so I chopped them all up. McLaris has been online for so long that he doesn't blink an eye if someone calls him by any of his aliases or former aliases in person. Yeah. I mean, we've just been using Rice and Cookie. We're almost at our 2-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I know. Flew by, right?
Yeah.
I will say, I feel so accomplished with all the games we've played.
Oh yeah, we've played a lot.
It's like, what would I be doing with my time if we weren't streaming once a week for 2 hours?
Yeah, probably just watching more TV.
Yeah.
And Dad too says, congrats, thank you.
Thanks.
And you started it maybe around the same time?
I think they were going a little bit longer than us.
Were they longer than us? Yeah, because, like, I try and make my weekdays semi, like, eventful.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, if we weren't streaming, I'm sure I would have done something. Maybe I would have played a little more piano. But maybe not. Who knows? Oh, Dad Tier was streaming for about a year and a half before Isaac took over someone else on Dad Tier.
Right, because that was your other brother that you streamed with before?
Oh, okay. Well, so who else was streaming with you? A friend?
No, I think it was their other brother, because you've got like
Or other
five.
brother?
There's like 5 of you or something. Is that right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Adessa says, who's your fave viewer in these 2 years?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, Dad Tier says it was just a good friend.
Oh, okay. I really thought it was another brother. But do you have another brother that shows up on stream sometimes? I feel like there is.
I don't
Maybe
think
it's
I
a
have a
cousin?
fave viewer. Oh, Culture says, I suspect they might be biased toward their husbands. Yes, that's probably true.
I mean, I don't view Argus, he's our tech guy, and he's always like right here in the room with me. So I don't view him as a viewer. I think of him as like, you know, the man
Support.
behind the camera kind of deal, you know? He's part of the team.
Yeah. Dad Tier says that you have a sharp memory. They have 3 brothers, and yeah, we have 1 who shows up.
Okay.
Nice. And Meglair says that Dad Tier's favorite viewer is definitely Corbob or Apple's Smugglers. Neither of them have come to see our stream, so I don't know them.
Meglaris is my favorite viewer of Dad Tier.
Argus is auxiliary support.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I like all of you guys who come and chat, and even the lurkers out there. I appreciate you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can understand not wanting to participate in the chat. Maybe you just really like the game and you want to see what Cookie's strategy is.
I will say I feel bad because, I mean, I've told all of you guys before that, like, for me, in general, my favorite stream is just like the person that stays silent, just so I can really enjoy the sounds of the game. So I know, like, granted, like, so I always say, like, oh, I would never watch Me and Rice, but then at the same time, like, Dad Tier also chat a lot while they're playing games. I really like Dad Tier's stream, but I don't know. I feel like if it were me, I would definitely, like, probably not chat in our chat. It's tiring, you know. Sometimes you just want to put a stream on and just listen to it and, like, you know, not have to, like, think up a response or type it in. Even just typing it in sometimes, it's so much work.
It is. Well, and especially since I watch mine, like, whenever I watch Twitch, it's on my phone. So, like, commenting on anything is, like, takes me forever. Like, they're already way past it. So it's like, do I even bother? Like, this is kind of embarrassing that you have to go back, like, 5 minutes ago.
Right.
And Dad Tier says that he loves them all equally, but Corbob does have a fun name to say. And Isaac just wants to focus on playing the best possible, and he's only there for the chat and not the game as much.
Wait, who's there just for the chat?
Dad Tier.
Oh.
And Isaac's the one who wants to play.
I
like,
see.
just for the games.
I see. That was kind of the vibe I got.
See, that's kind of for this game. I mean, partially because I am physically unable to play, unable to play. So I'm only here for chatting support.
But I need her so much because, like, if you see, anytime I'm trying to do something while I'm playing and talk at the same time, like, I cannot do it. Props to the people who stream by themselves and don't have someone else to, like,
oh my gosh, it would be so hard.
I can't imagine it.
And Meglaris is very sad when he watched a VOD. I don't know what VOD stands for.
You know, I feel like, in general, I should Google acronyms more.
A short hike, the dad tier wasn't actually a short hike. Oh, that would be disappointing. Because it'd be cool to, like, you know, see the hiking views. Oh, video on demand. Thank you. Oh, and dad tier is Jordan, which I actually did know. But
Yes.
I said dad tier, and I assumed she knew who I was talking about.
No, yeah, I knew who you were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, because Jordan, so I kind of look at it as being like Jordan's kind of like me. Although, except I think maybe I'm more into the game and you're more into the chat, but maybe that's only for this game. But, because like Jordan will watch other people's streams. And granted, like I'll watch other people's streams, but I've been really lazy about commenting for like a long time now. I should probably start commenting again.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Culture says that when he streams, he mostly just commentates his own mistakes. I mean, that's okay too. Feel
That's
like,
what I would do
if
I was playing by myself. I think I
would do that too. Oh, Dad Tier says that he's a lurker unless they're a small streamer.
Okay,
Gotcha.
yeah. Those big streamers, it's like you comment something and then it's just like
crazy.
It's just gone immediately. The only like, big streamer I watch is the
piano girl.
Yeah, Laura, the piano girl. She's amazing.
Yeah, I haven't practiced. So I had a lesson last Thursday, and it was my first lesson I think in a month. But like, I haven't practiced since my lesson, so like it's really hard for me. Well, no, I practiced once on Saturday or Sunday, one time over the weekend. But it's it's hard to, you know, kind of make the time for it without having like a set time. Like this is when I practice. But maybe I should practice some more so I can get to be as good as that girl. But I don't think I'll ever be as good as her.
I mean, the thing is, she's been playing for like 20 years. But you know, if you played for 20 years, you could get there.
Yeah, but no one's gonna want to see, you know, 48-year-old Rice playing piano.
You don't know that. There's actually like this one streamer. It's like this old woman, but she'll play things like those survival games where it's kind of like Hunger Games where they just kind of you like parachute in and it's like last person alive wins. So there's like this old woman streamer that like played a game like that, and lots of people like to watch her because she's old. She's like a
Dad Tier's leaving. Thank you for checking in, Dad Tier.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Sorry I was too late on seeing that. Okay, sorry. So this older woman.
Yeah, I'm just saying that she plays this game and people watch her and she streams. Kudos for her for figuring out like the whole technology stuff.
Yeah, the technology.
Yeah. But yeah, so she streams and people watch her.
Huh. Cool. Good for her.
Yeah, so like people might want to watch you when you're 48's not even that old, you know, in the grand scheme of things.
48 isn't that old, you're right. Maglaris says he bought a new piano in February and he still hasn't even unboxed it yet.
Oh no.
You gotta get on that. See, so we've had our piano for a few years now. Coltish actually helped Sue Tiger get the piano and put it in the house. Yeah, so we had it for a few years and I was like, oh, I want to get better at piano. And then I wasn't doing anything. Like, I would play like once in a blue moon. And so then I made it my New Year's resolution last year to play more, and then I realized in November that I wasn't doing it, so I'm like, I gotta find myself a teacher, force myself to play. And I gotta say, it's been working. So so if you want to see some progress, you know, find someone who can teach you and hold you accountable. That's what I say. So, oh, he says it's a keyboard, so not quite a piano. Well, yeah.
Were you inspired by our keyboard?
He might have had his before you, because he said he got his in February.
Oh, February. Yeah, we got ours. I think it was March. It was like right when this whole social distancing thing started. So I think it was March.
Okay. Yeah, and I told CU Tiger, because he has expressed interest in piano. And I told him, I'm like, I could teach you what I know. But
Be like
he hasn't
Katara?
taken me. Yeah, I'll be like Katara, trying to teach Aang waterbending. But yeah, he hasn't taken me up on that offer yet. But I mean, I think I could teach a fair amount, like, you know. And we have all those old piano books from when we were learning.
Yeah.
When we were kids. But yeah, the thing is, like, my virtual piano lessons aren't as good as in person. So like, it's like, for some reason, because we use Google Hangouts, but for some reason, like, towards the, like, as the stream goes, or as the class, as the video call, that's what it's called, as it goes on, like, the audio quality gets progressively worse. So like, I get feedback from his end, and I'm like, I can't really hear what you're saying too well. So like, especially when he's trying to teach me the music theory, it's like I can't hear that well, so I don't absorb as much as if I was actually there.
Yeah.
So maybe someday I'll get to do a real lesson again. We'll see. McGlure says his mom offered him the family piano, but he doesn't have a place for it, nor does he have the disposable income to keep it maintained. Yeah, our piano, it's just an upright piano, and some of the keys, like, going out, so like some of the really high keys, some of the really low keys, are like very out of tune, and one of the notes sticks when you press it, so I don't like playing that note. It's a D. Yeah, we have not maintained it, but I mean, it wasn't overly expensive because it was a neighbor getting rid of it, so I mean, we could probably spend a fair amount getting it refurbished, getting it tuned, because our dad said he wants to try tuning pianos.
He said that, but I don't think he's practiced at all.
I don't think so. I told him he could practice on my piano, but he hasn't. So, I don't know. But yeah, getting it kind of like revamped would be kind of cool, but I mean, I'm not really in a rush to, because in my mind it works well enough. So I'm not a super great piano player, so I don't need anything too fancy. Just gotta work. But maybe once we're streaming together again, I could play some of the songs that I've been learning on Cookie's keyboard.
You should. We can do a duet. I told you I only know the one song.
I gotta learn that song.
So you've gotta learn it.
I haven't done anything for it. I also haven't learned the song that Argus wants me to play for my band audition.
Yeah. So Argus is... I don't want to say he's in a band, because it's more like him and one of his high school friends, they are like... So his friend is like developing songs, and so like he'll send like an idea for a song that's like pretty rough. And then Argus will like fine tune it and make it like more catchy. And then, so I don't really know what their ultimate goal is. They're having fun, so that's really all that matters. But I wouldn't call it a band, I don't think. Unless they call themselves a band. See, like, I'll support them if they want to be a band, but I don't really know that they want to call themselves a band.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, McLaren says that you have to tune your piano every few years, otherwise it can permanently damage an upright, which is what we have. Yeah, maybe I should get it checked up. I'm sure someone does it in the area. Just gotta find out who.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like playing. Wish I was better, but you know, that comes with practice. I've been working, this is like a coronavirus long endeavor. I mean, I guess maybe not quite that long, but I've been working on my handstands.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, because I mean, you've seen like, some of the things that have been kind of trending as far as this whole coronavirus thing goes is like baking bread and handstands, I feel like is what I've seen.
And I've heard the baking bread thing.
Handstands I've only seen ads on Facebook for, and it made me be like, I should work on my handstand. Because like my one yoga video series, like it was a 30-day thing, and she has you do handstands. I'm like, I'm not ready for this. So I've been practicing that, and I've got to say, I have been improving quite a bit.
That's good.
Yeah, so it makes me feel kind of cool, but I still can't do one like, I'm too afraid to do one without the wall to support me.
Yeah,
But I'm getting there.
Yeah, I haven't been working on handstands at all. I have been, I've been doing watercolor painting. That's probably like my big thing that I'm actively trying to get better at. Granted, I never really did it before the quarantine. It's a new development. Yeah, that's my big thing that I've been doing.
There was one day where I colored in one of my adult coloring books I got for Christmas one year. But yeah, I just did it the one day, and then I'm like, I have books that I can read. So like, I've had books on the Libby app that I've been reading. So I'm like, I'll color if I really have nothing else.
What I should do is listen to audiobooks while I color.
Yeah.
Because that's my issue is like, I listen to audiobooks still, but I'm not driving anywhere, so then I don't really like accomplish much. So like when I go on walks, I'll listen to my audiobook, and that's really the only time I listen to it. But yeah, I should color and do audiobook.
Yeah, I finally got my Heartless book.
Oh, good. I really like that one.
So I had to wait like 12 weeks for it. It was crazy.
That is crazy.
But yeah, I finally got it, so I started reading it, but it's a really long book, so I probably won't be able to finish it in the week that I have it, so I'll have to wait for it again. Is my guess anyways, that I won't be able to finish it. But since we have Friday off, maybe. I don't know.
We've gotta go.
We might have Friday.
Gotta go pick strawberries, yeah.
Right. And Megler says his local tuner offers a free piano move with every tuning. Oh, that's cool. I don't need my piano moved though, so I'll just keep it where it's at, but yeah, it should probably be tuned. So, Cookie, your the song you're playing on your ukulele, that's the Overcooked song?
Yeah, and actually I've finally gotten to a point where I'm like, okay, I should really start working on something different now. So, granted, I haven't played ukulele in the past few days, but over my vacation, I did have Argus teach me the chords for the Chocobo song in Final Fantasy IX, because it's a ukulele song, so I was like, this is perfect. So yeah. I did have him teach me the chords on that one, but I'm still like getting used to my hand is just awkward sometimes and doesn't know how it wants to like grip the guitar. But yeah, I'm getting there.
Alright, well maybe I'll try learning the Overcooked song so that we can play that together.
Yeah.
Do you Overcooked or Overcooked 2?
Overcooked 2. It's a ukulele song.
Oh, so then do I not even need to play?
No, you should play. You should play the main theme.
Oh, okay.
Granted, I can play it myself with the ukulele, but I mess up all the time, so...
Okay. Well, I don't have a printer, so... I mean, I guess I could print it at work if I want to use the printer for my non-work related things.
Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to do that, though.
I know, but I do.
Well, I mean, because we have a printer at home. I think I only ever used the printer once at work for because I wanted to print in color. We don't have a color printer at home. So.
Yeah. Oh, and so that piano tuner offers the move so that people will at least tune their pianos when they move.
Okay.
I gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, I last week I used the printer to print at work, the printer. So C Tiger, he works for a company that supplies the automotive industry. So with that, we can get an employee discount. So like for Subaru, we got the same price that someone who works for Subaru would get. So that was part of the reason why we went with new too, because we're like, well, we get a discount. But the thing is, like, he had sent in like, oh, I want this, like, he needs a letter to bring in to the dealer, and he requested for one in the mail since we don't have a printer, but they never sent it in the mail. So I'm like, well, you have it in email, so send it to me and I'll print it at work. So I printed that, and I printed a form so that I can get an absentee ballot for this year. Because I said, like, they ask you for a reason, like, why do you need it? And I'm like, they have options. And so I checked the box that said, like, I don't know, like some kind of health concern or health disability or something. So, I mean, good enough.
Yeah.
And Argus says that to McGlaris that he probably wakes up in the middle of the night thinking of the havoc that untuned pianos are wreaking on the world. Yeah, he wants to protect as many pianos as he can. Yep. And Zapper's here. He says, Happy Twins Day, all. Hype, hype, hype.
Hi, Zapper.
Yep. Hi, Zapper. How are you doing in this coronavirus time? We're going strawberry picking. That's our big thing we're excited about.
I am super excited. I feel like I've been waiting for this for like, I don't know, since like the end of last summer, I'll say.
I think I have too. And McGlaris says that his dad got an employee discount for his last Ford because Ford uses some transmission technology from John Deere. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, so like getting those extra, I mean, it's not like a huge discount. It's like, I think it's like 3,000 or 4,000. So like, you know, it's a bit, but it's not like, you know, it's not like it's cutting it by half, which I wish it did. Yeah, so it's nice to have that. And Zapper says he just got back from the park.
Nice.
Yeah. Parks are good.
Yeah. As you know, I was telling Rice earlier, I went to like a bunch of state parks and county parks during my staycation. Lots of parks. And you know what? So I'm a little jealous of Argus so he didn't put any sunscreen on, but like he didn't burn, so like he's fine and he's got like a nice tan. Whereas like I'm so diligent about putting sunscreen on, like I feel like I got no color, but like my goal for this summer is to like get a tan. But of course responsibly. So I just gotta spend more time in the sun with lots of sunscreen.
Or you just go not at peak sun. Cause like
it's true.
Cause when we go golfing, we golf. Usually we start at like 4:45 or 5. So like, you know, it's past peak sun. We never get sunburn, but I feel like it still gives us a decent tan. Granted, farmer's tan. But if you're okay with that, then it works.
I will say, because for the day where we went to the college where me and Argus met, that day I did not wear sunscreen because we got there at like 4 p.m. or something like that. Maybe 3. So I didn't put sunscreen on, and that was the day I got the most color. Yeah. I put on a lot of sunscreen. I always wear a hat, too, so that I don't get my cheeks burnt.
I also wear a hat.
Yeah.
And so McGlaris, Argus is not as excited about the strawberry picking because he can't eat them. So he's not going.
No.
Unless you want just his free labor.
No, I always feel bad because, like, if I couldn't eat the strawberries, like, what allure is there to going strawberry picking? I mean, I think it is fun, but I think part of the fun is, like, you're picking these so that you can eat them later.
And that you're eating them as you go.
That, too. I mean, you don't want to abuse it or anything, but...
Right. Oh, yeah. So McGlair says that the discount is a significant amount of the profit. It is. You're right. It would still, cars are just so expensive that I just wish it was more of a discount. But I understand that, it's already a good discount. I mean, yeah, they don't get as much profit from it. And McGlair says, can you get a responsible tan? He thought tan itself was a damage and increased risk for skin cancer, etc. And Culture says that's what his sister says.
I thought that, like, if you're wearing sunscreen and you get tan, but, like, from wearing, like, with sunscreen, I thought that was okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I just know that every year I go to the dermatologist and she takes off at least, like, 2 or 3 moles because she's like, that one doesn't look good. I'm like, yeah, I know. But the thing is, it's not like we go tanning and we don't, it's just Cookie and I, we have lots of moles, and so yeah, whenever we go, the dermatologist is like, yep, gotta go. But I'd rather have her cut them off me, give me a scar, than me have skin cancer. So
that's why I always tell myself, I'm like, just get rid of all of them.
I'll go with it. Adesso says that he feels like I'm frugal and rich. Probably both of us. Yeah, I'm frugal where I don't care about things as much. I'm frugal for most things, I would say. But I would not call myself rich.
No, we just have
a fair amount in savings.
I call myself rich, kind of like jokingly. Well, so the thing is, like, because I was working a job before my current one, and, like, I was not getting paid, like, much at all, and so...
True.
So now I feel like I'm rich, but granted, like, I feel pretty rich. I know I'm not compared to a lot of people, but I feel pretty rich. I will say, though, because, like, Argus is still a student, and so, like, he gets paid, like, a TA stipend, so, like... If we had 2, like, working incomes, then I'd feel, like, so rich. But right now I'm, like, I feel rich, even though, like, in the back of my mind, I'm, like, I'm not really rich.
Yeah. See, I feel like we are probably solid, maybe on the slightly upper side of middle class.
I feel like we're really good about not having debt.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
The thing is, like, I don't want to be upper class. I don't want that. I like being middle class. I like being able to be responsible about my money and not be like, oh, money doesn't mean anything kind of thing. But yeah, because I was just, so one of Sea Tiger's friends, she works for NASA. Or she's like a contractor for NASA, or somehow she works with NASA. And so, like, she probably makes tons of money, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want that. And I don't want, like, a super fancy car. Granted, I think the Subaru Outback is a fancy car, especially with the safety features we're getting on it, but it's not like, not one of the luxury cars. Like, I don't ever want one of those. I just want something practical.
I will say I do want an electric car, but I fully intend to get a used one, and maybe it needs a new battery or something, but good as new with a new battery.
Yeah, McGlair says he's been around a lot of rich people, assets north of $75 million. Wow.
That's
and
so
every
rich.
one of them never felt like they were. Well, we are certainly not that rich. That's for sure.
No. Nor would I want to be.
No. Odessa says, I'm not rich is a very rich person thing to say. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, Megler says there are certainly levels of richness where it quickly becomes obscene. Yes. And actually, I was listening to this happiness podcast, and I still listen to it, but and they are still coming out with new episodes, but I feel like some of the material has repeated itself at this point. But one of the episodes was about money, because it's like, oh, like, you know, money can't buy happiness. But the thing is, so they've seen that money buys happiness to a certain extent, because, you know, if you're living in the poverty line and you can barely make ends meet, like, you're not going to be happy because there's this stress of money always, like, kind of weighing you down. So what the research has shown is that you, like, once you hit, I think it's 80,000, and I think that's a family income of 80,000. So once you hit that, granted, it also probably depends where you live, because, like, 80,000 in New York City is not going to go as far as 80,000 in, like, rural Oklahoma. But, yeah, so 80,000 is, like, kind of the threshold where if you make more than 80,000, you're not going to get any more happiness out of your money than, you know, like, you know, that's where money stops being important to happiness levels, at any rate. So I was like, you know what? I mean, on my own, I don't make that much, but I'm like, I feel like we're comfortable. We can afford all of our basic needs, plus some, like, additional things, like golfing. Granted, we golf at a fairly cheap golf course. Yeah, I'm like, we can, you know, we can afford everything we want to do with life, so I'm pretty happy with where we're at. And I don't need any more money. McLaren says his ex-richest client is a literal billionaire.
Oh my God.
And he felt like he was only upper middle class. That's terrible. That's terrible.
I feel like, you know, everyone thinks that, like, it's like, oh, surely there's someone richer. So it's a billionaire, though? How can you not feel like you're super rich?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, honestly,
says,
I feel like I'd get to a point where, like, I'd be, if I were a billionaire, it's like, besides covering your basic needs, maybe like one trip a year or something, it's like, what else do you really need all that money for? I mean, granted, like, assume you're saved up for retirement. It's like, I would just donate the rest. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah. I donated quite a bit of money this month. I actually told myself that if I see any other things for donating money, I'm not going to do it this month because I've already spent a fair amount. So how much did I do? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it was enough that I'm like, you know what, this is getting a little out of hand. I need to stop donating money. Because with the Black Lives Matter thing and then, like, around here there's a Ride for Roswell, so it's like a cancer research fundraiser. I didn't donate to that because that was after my whole, like, I need to stop donating money thing. And, like, someone was doing one of those birthday fundraisers, and I'm like, oh, this is so much. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, no more donating for me this month. But yeah, I would, if I made tons and tons and tons of money, I'd probably donate a whole bunch of it too. And McGlure says it's $115,000 in 2019 for a single person, not family. Okay, so maybe the 80,000.
That's a lot of money.
For a single person. That is a lot. That is a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever make more than 3 figures. Like, I know people, it's like taboo to talk about money things, but I don't think I'll ever make more than 3 figures, or I guess more than 2 figures. 5
3 figures.
5 figures.
Oh, yeah, no, yep.
I don't think I'll ever make more than 5 figures, but that's okay.
No, I don't think I will either.
It's like, I don't think I want to, so.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was interviewing for one job, it was one of the jobs, it was for a contractor, and I would have gotten, like, an estimating job, and they offered me a job. Somehow I was talking to the guy, and it was, like, a very casual thing. It was more like a conversation. And he's like, how much money do you think you'd have to make for you to, like, really make it? And I said $100,000. And see, he's like, I used to think it was 100,000. He's like, no, I think it's 200,000. And I was thinking, I'm like, why are we having this conversation? But yeah, I'm happy with where I'm at. And if I didn't make any more, like if I didn't get any more raises, you know, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
But if I get my engineering license, then I'll go up a little bit. But we'll see. I need to get my experience in for that and then pass some tests. Relearn things that I haven't thought about in ages.
Yeah, sounds like fun. Not really.
Sounds terrible. Oh, Zapper said with the $1 billion person, so he only has a yacht instead of a yacht, helicopter, and 4 log cabins. Oh, for the 115,000 person. Yeah. Yeah, a yacht, helicopter, and 4 log cabins. Yeah. Sometimes I think it'd be cool to have a house somewhere else, like a vacation house, but then I'm like, but I would never use it.
Well, because then you'd always have to keep going back to the same place.
Right.
I like to go explore somewhere new.
I do too.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Miglaris. So with the $1 billion guy, so he's worth $1 billion, but his liquid assets are maybe 5 to 10 million. Hardly anything. Yes, hardly anything.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy. Jeffrey says then you can afford a streaming setup with pink lights like all the millennials. Pink lights? Maybe we should get pink lights.
Nah, we're good.
Culture says, oh man, I want the vaporwave streaming aesthetic. He should change, yeah. Yeah, Culture, she should change your layout. We could too. Gets that Philips Hue set up. And now, Cookie, we are at 8:04.
Oh no!
Just so you know, because
yeah,
I know you don't.
I lose track of time. You know what?
Time.
The other day, so like Argus had left to go play soccer during my staycation. I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna do while he's away? And I was like, you know, I kind of just want to play a video game. And I was like, well, what game am I playing right now? So it's like either I'm playing this or I'm playing Link's Awakening, but me and Argus play that together at the same time. So I was like, I really just kind of want to play this, but since he was gone, I couldn't figure out how to set this up, as lame as that sounds. So I ended up instead, I started a new season of The Amazing Race to watch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I actually did start a new video game, though, that's kind of been taking over my life lately. It's My Time at Portia, and it's kind of like Stardew Valley, where, like, granted, it's less farming, it's more based on crafting things, but I like it. It's fun. So, but I'll be playing that probably for the next while.
Nice.
Yeah. But
I'm not playing anything else. Oh my gosh, there's so many bad guys.
I know, so I don't think we'll finish this battle today. But what I would like to do is finish recruiting these green people.
Okay.
So I just need more turns so that Irika can talk to them all.
Does she have to talk to them?
Yeah, I think so. So I tried to have, like, this person on the Pegasus talk to them, and she wouldn't. So,
okay.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait a few turns, but I can just kind of, like, bunker down.
Okay. And Meglaire says that My Time at Portia is a cute little game.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The first one I had played that was like it was Fantasy Life on the 3DS. And that one was all... It's like... The aesthetic of it is, like, so cutesy and adorable. And I like that you could be a chef. It's like, I always wanted to be a chef in a video game, besides, like, Overcooked. So I really like that feature.
Oh, something else that's new? Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Cut you off.
No, because I just played, that one in Stardew Valley, and then now this one, so...
So you, Tiger, and I decided to do another, I mean, really, it was me. I decided to do another mystery ice cream box.
Oh, yeah.
And And this ice cream box is so much better than the first one. Like we got really lucky with everything. So we got a pint of extra cookie or extra
cookies, extra cream?
No, the cookie dough one.
Okay.
It's like extra cookie dough chunks. So we got a pint of that. We got a half pint of the hot chocolate one and half a pint of the salted caramel.
Okay.
And then we got 2 cookie ice cream sandwiches. So one had it's called the cornflake cookie, which I had never heard of. It basically tastes like a sugar cookie coated, or like with cornflakes mixed into the batter too. So it's a cornflake cookie, and that had salted ice cream, or salted caramel ice cream. And then we had a chocolate chip cookie with vanilla ice cream. And then we had 2 ice cream bars. One was peanut butter.
Yeah.
And that one was pretty good, but the other one, which was chocolate cherry, was, I thought, like, really good. The flavor was just really interesting.
Hey,
because
can you look something up for me?
Sure.
Who has to talk to Garrick to recruit him? Because apparently it's not Erica, and that was pretty disappointing to me.
I spelled it wrong.
Yeah, Gerik.
Yeah. This isn't telling me.
Emma Glarus is asking where we get our mystery ice cream box at. It's not a monthly subscription, so there's a local ice cream shop. It just has 2 locations. It's Lake Effect Ice Cream. And so they just have like it's like a weekly box, right? That you can, it's pretty much like first come, first serve. You just have to order it, because you order it online, right? And then you just go pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you don't know what flavors you're getting. The one time I did it, we got coffee ice cream, and that really stunk because I don't like coffee. Then I baked brownies, so that was like a brownie sundae, and the brownie flavor totally covered up the coffee, and it was good that way.
His name's Garrick.
Yeah, just type like recruit Garrick Fire Emblem or something.
I did. Is another person named Inns or Tethys?
Yeah, I recruited Innis already.
You need to talk to him with them.
I already talked. I use Innis to talk to that guy?
I think so. He leaves if Tethys dies.
Well, I mean, Tethys is gonna live, but
Okay.
how do I recruit Tethys too?
Use Innis or Tethys.
To recruit
Talk to
Garrick?
him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the ice cream bar, so the chocolate cherry one, it had a cherry flavored coating over a chocolate ice cream that also had cherries in it. Which, like, I didn't think I was going to like it, but I'm like, this is really good. And so when I ordered, so for Father's Day, we ordered coffee and cherry cordials for our dad. But unfortunately, when I first did the order, I accidentally put in my address because I wasn't thinking. And it just like, it automatically populated. I'm like, yep, looks good. So I bought it. And then I realized when I was having breakfast, I'm like, oh shoot, like I didn't send that to mom and dad. So then I did another order to send to their house. And then I sent them a message. I'm like, hey, can you cancel this order? But unfortunately, they didn't get the message. They didn't look at their email. I should have called. So they shipped the cherry cordials plus coffee to my house. I mean, it hasn't come yet, but it's out for shipping. So yeah, so now I'm going to have cherry cordials and coffee at my house.
Okay.
So if you know someone who wants coffee,
I thought you
I
said
got
that you
coffee
wanted
for
to
him.
get into coffee.
I don't. I don't have a coffee maker, and I don't really know how to do it. I don't have a filter either, so more like I wanted to buy coffee that was already made.
Okay.
Nightbot says, "Oh, because Zapper was asking the time. We've been live for 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 59 seconds."
Yeah. I know. I just want to finish recruiting these people, and then we'll pick it up next time.
Yep. Yeah, so we got that cherry one, cherry chocolate ice cream bar, and then the last thing we got was a mango honey, like popsicle, freezy pop kind of thing. Which like those are just too icy for me. They're not like a typical popsicle.
They are very icy.
Yeah, so I mean the flavor was much better than the Arnold Palmer one I had last time. But it's still just like too. It just doesn't melt fast enough. So so that was a little disappointing. And then we got the sprinkles as usual.
I like the sprinkles.
But yeah, I was really happy with it. So I'm like, oh, this was great. I don't really know if it's better than just buying a pint of ice cream from them that I like.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's nice to try the flavors. Like the salted caramel I've never had before, and I'm like, you know what? It's pretty good.
Yeah. We actually we went during my staycation week, but the saddest thing is I wasn't really in the mood for ice cream, but we were in the area, so I was like, you know, I'm on vacation, so we should go get ice cream. So we got one of the 5-scoop samplers.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got like strawberries and cream, because I know you said you really like it. And actually their list of flavors was smaller than normal, I think because of coronavirus. So because I would have liked to get one of the tea ones, but they didn't have any tea ones. Like their Earl Grey one and their chai
The London
tea
Fog.
one. Yeah. So yeah, I got like the strawberry, we got the cookie dough. What else did we get? We got like the peanut butter one, because that one's really good. Oh, we got, it's like a whiskey flavor one or something.
What do you think of that one?
I'm not a huge fan. Argus likes it, so that's why we got that one. Then we got one other one. I don't know, but I remember thinking like, oh, we should have gotten that mint one with like the chocolate cookies in it. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. I want to do one of those. What did you think of the strawberry?
I mean, I like it, but it's not... I feel like in general, I'm normally not in the mood for a fruity ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hee hee.
I know. But, you know, they had their little support conversation, so I was like, well, we better do it and increase their, like, their support skills and stuff, but... Then it, like, starts a whole dialogue.
Yeah.
But, alright. We're really close. Now, I think we can recruit her.
This girl?
Yeah. I mean,
Should I look it up?
She seems like... Yeah, try looking her up. It was Marissa, but with one S. And maybe we can't recruit her. Like, I don't know. But she seems like, based on the conversation she was having with other people, that maybe we could recruit her. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we just recruited the, you know, this girl, the green girl, but not Marissa. So keep looking for Marissa.
So it says Ewan. Do we have it Ewan? E-W-A-N.
E-W... actually it might be... Okay, so it's not any of those people. if we did have them, I totally didn't bring them into battle.
Because it says he can be used to recruit her, but she's unable to have support conversations with him.
Okay, so but he's the only person that can recruit her?
I think so.
Alright, then I guess I will just kill her. That seems like a huge waste, but
Here, wait a sec.
I can't go up.
Oh, she can only be recruited by Garrick.
By Garrick?
Yeah.
We have Garrick now, but we can't kill her then. Oh, that's annoying.
So this thing says recruiting Marissa means you have to avoid stepping within her range because most of this person's units could kill her in one turn.
Yeah.
So this turned into a mad chase because she can only be recruited by Garrick, who needs to be recruited first.
Oh, okay. Darn, I wish I had left my flyer over here. Alright,
Yeah.
That's alright. We will... Darn it, if only the dancer could get over... She can! Okay, so let me show you the magic of the dancer. They're like the best. So like you see the Pegasus Knight has already done their action.
Yeah.
So then the dancer will dance, and then that will give the Pegasus Knight new energy, and they can go again.
Wow.
It's really useful, especially like to just have your healers like heal more people.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said Garrick, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I said Garrick.
All right. Okay. Okay. So how do we... I guess maybe if we just hold here, I think it should be okay, but these people are in trouble. I guess we can just say that's next time's problem. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
It's already 8:20.
Yeah. Okay, so this will be next time's problem.
All right.
Let's see. I think I just have to say suspend and that will... Yeah. All right. We will finish this next time.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching.
Yes.
And we'll be back next week.
Yep, next Wednesday at 6.
Maybe we'll be together. Who knows?
Who knows? And on our Instagram, I'll probably post some pictures of strawberries because, you know, when they're ripe, they are just so beautiful.
They are.
All right. Yeah. So we'll be back Wednesday. Thanks for watching.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.